we're hopeful he'll play.
So is there some sort of a game or some sort of way to set up who gets to shoot the technical free throws?
No.
Because Steph kind of planted his flag on that the other night.
Yeah. And the coach has no say. So guys, just when you have multiple great foul shooters, sometimes it's just whoever gets there first, but they got to work it out for themselves.
What was the general, after being up 2-0, what's the general tone like today when you guys go on the court?
Well, everybody's in a good mood, but we're also very wary of being in a good mood, if that makes sense. We have to be prepared for what's coming. You win the first 2 games at home, you feel great, and then all it takes is one game, and the momentum changes, and the mood changes. So we have to be on edge, on guard tomorrow, ready for their crowd, their energy, and for Denver to really bring it and bring a ton of energy and maybe make some adjustments. We got to be, ready for whatever they decide to change, and get out there and get after it.
Is there anything so far, it's only been a couple of games, but that in the small lineup that has surprised you?
Not really. I mean, it's only been like 11 minutes, but both stints were very successful, obviously, and we'll keep going back to that, and we'll see how it goes. But it's a small sample size to this point.
You talked about this a little after the game, but what have you thought about Andrew Wiggins' aggression and particularly his rebounding, and how do you hope that he can keep that up?
Yeah, I think Andrew has really adapted well to this series, given our advantages, our disadvantages. He understands if we're going to play small like we have, he's got a rebound. He has 17 boards through 2 games, so great sign there. And we still need him to attack when the attack is there. He's done that several times. He's shot it really efficiently. His defense has been solid, so he's having a good series, and we're gonna need him more and more as we go.
How would you describe Andrew's demeanor during this series?
Andrew's demeanor never changes, so he's very calm and matter of fact, and ready for whatever's next. With Draymond? Oh, with Wiggs. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we talk to guys all the time, and I think the biggest thing was we had 5 days to prepare for this series. Like all the teams that weren't in the play-in had quite a bit of prep time, and but for teams 3 through 6, you knew who your opponent was. 1 and 2, it's a little different. You're not sure who you're going to play till a couple of days before. So when you have that much time to prepare for an opponent, you can really lock in on each individual player's job and goals, and you can have those conversations and cover a lot of bases. And so Wiggs is locked in for sure.
Steve, things got a little bit chippy the other night in a couple of spots. Through the years, anytime you guys in the playoffs have gone up 1-0 or even 2-0, the thing you always hear from the other team, the other coach and the players, is we got to come out and hit them in the mouth. Basically, we got to come out and be tougher and more physical, and
right,
maybe even dirty if we have to. Does that ever concern you, or do you talk to your guys about that?
No, not the dirty part. I think the playoffs are supposed to be chippy and competitive, and so we fully expect great competitiveness, great physicality from Denver tomorrow, and they've got to do everything they can to change the tide in this series. So that's I've always felt as a coach that the number one adjustment that you have to make is always a mental one rather than a strategic one. The first adjustment is always mental, emotional, however you want to put it. And then, from there you start making strategic adjustments, lineup changes, whatever it is. But in the beginning of a series, early in a series, it's always, play harder and try to get things turned around emotionally. And that's what we're expecting tomorrow.
Thoughts on any of the different lineup nicknames floating around out there?
The different what?
Lineup nicknames floating around out there?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. You guys can keep entertaining yourselves and let me know where you end up.
All right, got a couple on Zoom. Ron Kreutzig, go ahead.
Hi, Steve. One more Wiggins question, if that's cool. Beyond this series, he's been very efficient shooting for the last several games of the regular season as well. Any difference in his shot selection? I mean, obviously he had such a strong first half to the season and then kind of struggled for a while in the second half. What is sort of reinvigorated in these last 2-3 weeks?
Well, I would argue that this is the guy we saw most of the season. And the one who struggled was the exception, not the rule. So all I've seen is he's just sort of settled back into who he was for most of the year for us. He's just locked in. He's playing aggressively yet comfortably and doing his job and doing exactly what we need of him. So there was no major change or talk or anything like that. I think most NBA players, if not all, go through tough spells during the course of the season. Just the way it works. But the vast majority of the season, Wiggs has looked like he looks right now.
Great. Let's go to Maddie. Go ahead, Maddie.
Hey, Steve. Just a quick question. What have you thought about Bjelica and what he's brought the first 2 games, like off the bench?
Bjelica.
Yeah, he's been great. He's so skilled. Anytime you have a big man who can play make and put the ball on the floor and knock down a 3, it's a big advantage. You get to stretch the floor and you get to invert your offense and force the defense to have to cover more ground. Opposing bigs, have to come out to the perimeter, or you have to change your matchups. You see smaller guys on belly, and that puts bigger guys on other players, and that can cause some confusion too. So Belly is a really important player for us schematically, and he's also a team favorite. The guys love him. He's got a great way about him, and he's been really, really good these first 2 games. It's been fun watching him play.
Great. And the final one, Maria, go ahead.
Hi, Steve. Hope you're well. You were just mentioning these 2 games. So how would you describe the way in which the team has played these first 2 games against Denver?
I think I'm very pleased with the way the team has approached the 2 games. We may not shoot as well as we did in game 2, but I know that we can execute as well, and that's the key. Shots come, shots go, but if we can limit our turnovers and take away the easy baskets for Denver, like we have so far, then we'll have a chance to win the game. But that can't waver. We can't suddenly think, we're in the clear and start getting crazy and throwing the ball around. We've got to be rock solid. Thank you.
Well, you guys are up 2-0. What do you think has been the secrets, I guess, or the keys to success so far for this team?
First of all, this is first time that we were playing together beginning of the year. Besides Dre, he missed last game, but everybody's healthy now. And like I said, when you have small lineups like with Steph, JP, and Clay, it's really hard to to play defense on those guys, and we play really great basketball. But we just did what we're supposed to do. So the next game is the most important in series, and that's it.
What have you thought of the way that Andrew Wiggins has played in that small lineup, particularly with his rebounding and his aggressiveness?
I mean, he's two-way player. Like two games, he didn't took like a lot of shots, but his defense, the way how he helped us big guys, especially on the board for rebounding, this is the best version of Wiggins what I'm seeing, because we were teammates together in Minnesota, so he's an all-star, so he's good.
You've been on the receiving end of a lot of Jordan's passes these past couple of games. How have you seen him grow as a facilitator and a playmaker?
I mean, he's amazing. Like, he scored 60 points in 2 games. First time he ever played playoffs. He's not afraid of big moments, and I think that's his biggest quality. Besides that, he is like one of the best young players in the league. But he's brave. He works so hard, but like he wants to be that guy who gonna who wants to decide the game. So
How often do you work on that running hook we saw in game 2?
I mean, I just try to read, those guys, and like that was, good timing. But I didn't want to do that, but I don't know why. It is like sometimes they want me to like shoot, but like when I can see, like, for example, DeMarcus or Nikola, like I can just drive by them and create for me or like for my teammates.
How did Andre look at practice today?
Good for me. He look good. We'll see.
Your offensive game is based a lot on ball movement and working plays and everything. When you see the 3-guard lineup that you guys run out there a little bit, does that kind of get you fired up and excited and your teammates,
Yeah. Like I said, when you have those guys on the court for defense, like it's really tough to guard because, Steph and Clay, they're like the best shooters in the league. Plus, when you have Wiggins with them on the court, like, or Oro, like we have so many weapons, and our job for like second unit guys, I don't want to say it's easy, but like you just need to know your own role. And like when I'm on the court, for example, with Oro and Steph, JP, for me is much easier, especially also with Andre. So with those type of players, it's really easy to play.
that's so different, that 3-guard lineup. Is that just like fun to watch? Just
Yeah, amazing. I mean, I remember Oklahoma played like 3-guard lineup like 2 years ago, but with this type of players, like it was working last 2 games. Of course, Denver, they're gonna try to adjust something, but like means Steph scored almost 40 points in 20 minutes, so that's tough to guard.
Have you ever seen a lineup with 2 guys that can make plays and score like Steph and JP?
No, but like I don't want to get too excited. I mean, I know what they are capable of. Like, everybody knows how they can play. But like playoff games, you see what happened last night against Phoenix. So everybody can lose the games. We just gotta do our job, and I think our key is to stay healthy.
And the fact that you know how to play Nikola a little bit, your experience with him, does that help you much?
Yeah, it helps, but like I'm preparing myself like for every game. For Nikola, it's not that easy to prepare. Like obviously they're missing a lot of guys, but like he's MVP of the league, the best big guy in the league. We know what he's capable of, and like I said, we didn't do anything yet. We just won 2 games at home, and next game tomorrow is important for us.
Let's go to Zoom. Maddie, go ahead.
Hi. So kind of piggybacking off of that question, I guess, with Jokic, just what have you guys thought, or what have you thought about your individual performance against him and also the teams in general, and the ability to can't stop him, but you guys have at least slowed him and gotten under his skin and made him frustrated at times this series so far?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to play like for 40 minutes, defense, offense, like every possession. So we just, trying to make him play, tougher, to lose a lot of energy. Like I said, he's the best center in the league right now, and he knows how to play. But like, Draymond is also one of the best defenders in the league, and especially in the post. So, we have pretty good matchup for him. Looney too.
And I know
Right,
you guys played together. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean.
No, go ahead.
Just a quick follow-up. I know you guys played together on the national team, but do you guys talk much like outside of that? Like, have you talked at all during this series, you and Jokic?
I mean, we don't have that much time to talk, but like, we know each other very well. So now we are focusing on basketball.
Great. Ron, your hand was still up. Did you have a question as well? Ron is not around. All right, cool. That we'll try to have Clay up here. Possibly, we'll let you know because we're going to catch a plane.